Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hello, my name is Shauna and today we are going to be doing a catch-up Q&A with me. I've been saying for ages that I'm going to do a Q&A and I've not. Now, all of the time when I do a Q&A, I don't really ask for questions on social media because I don't really think I'll get many. So I just put together questions that people ask me in person or questions that people ask me on posts from what I've put that post as on my business page, for example, or like DMs. If I put a story up and someone asks me a question, it's quite like it's a question that I think is valuable, or it's a question that is a common question that I get. They're the kind of questions that we've got. I do have them on my notes in my phone because I've had them brewing for a while to make sure I have enough, and hopefully not too many, and hopefully it's not going to be too long. So I am going to have to keep stopping after every question. Whilst I answer the questions, I've got a cup of tea. So that's your sign to grab a cup of tea or some sort of drink, snacks, etc. And I'm also going to sort of get ready for the day because my mum's got Paisley, she's not long gone, and yeah, I am going to try and make most of the day. So I'm going to put some SPF 50, and it's a L'Oreal Revitalift Filler Hyaluronic Replumping Water Cream, which was viral on TikTok a while ago though, and the L'Oreal Paris Bright Reveal Tinted Glow Daily Fluid SPF 50. So if I don't put these on, because I don't put them on every day, if I don't really care how we're looking, I'm just running out, which I am running out today, but some days you just want to feel a little bit better, don't you? So I'm just going to put these on, and this is just a brush that I got from Boots, I think. 17 dot, if you know what that is, but it's a foundation brush. I use it for my foundation, but I also use it for this. And I'm going to put, which I ordered before I was, well, when I was pregnant, but I've only just started using, the Eyes Have It Under Eye Serum, again from TikTok shop, and it's Nature Spell. So I'm going to put that on first, and I'm going to put this on whilst I'm talking. So, and hopefully my mic doesn't die, because that's happened recently before. I think it was in my birth story. But yes, so my first question, I'm going to get straight into it, is a question that I've had not even to do with birth, just in life, but then a few people knowing about my phobia, so you can probably guess what it is. They have asked me upcoming to Paisley being born, and even still now to this day, how I'm coping with my phobia and having a baby, because my phobia is, if you don't know, a button phobia. So obviously a lot of baby clothes have buttons on, and yeah, I don't wear any buttons. At school I did. I've got a whole video on it, I think, so if I can find it, if it's still up, then I will put it down below. Let me know if you want me to have an updated button phobia story talk and update, because there are updates. I've had therapy with it and stuff, but I've done a video since the therapy. But you realise things even after the therapy is finished that probably lingered from therapy, but you needed something to unlock that memory, for example. And then you almost wish that you could go back to therapy to discuss that with your therapist. But anyway, I digress. So basically, in a nutshell, I have a button phobia, and I think one of my main reasons for not really pushing to have a baby is because of being nervous about my button phobia. And even when they go to school, like, I just can't control everything. When they're a teenager, they might decide, I like that top and it's got buttons on, and each to their own. But then buttons kind of bring an unsafe environment to me, from past, and I just think I need a mirror. I just think, yeah, like the air is poisonous, basically. I spat then. The air is poisonous when buttons are around. I'm better outside, so I want a wedding that's outside, hopefully. But yeah. So anyway, how I am dealing with it now is, luckily for me, people will buy clothes with buttons. My close family, like Tom's family, which is a part of that, they really look out, apart from my mum, surprisingly, but they really look out for clothes that have buttons on. And if they do, they won't buy them. Or like my granddad's partner will buy them, because she actually is the saviour of the button phobia, because she has just retired from being, well, she had her own business in embroidery, and with that, you know, you sew things on, you cut things off, I guess. And I basically just give any clothes that have buttons onto her. She's ordered a load of like similar kind of ones. I've actually got a coat. Oh, I forgot to give my mum a coat for Paisley, but she's got a blanket. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. But anyway, that coat that I was meant to give Paisley for today, she's got a jacket, but it had buttons on, and she's basically got loads of different sorts of types of, not buttons, but things that can substitute for buttons, like things that you still push through holes, like rabbit faces and, you know, teddy bears and stuff. I'll show you in a minute once I've done this. But that helps a lot. And I know she won't be able to do that with her school uniform. I mean, if I can find a place where there's a school where the uniform's just like not a buttoned blouse, then brilliant. Because even if it's a top with just 2 buttons on, that's a bit better than a blouse. Like, how am I don't know how. I've figured out the baby phase and the toddler phase, because my granddad's partner can work a magic. But when it comes to school, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Like, thinking about even buttons going in the washing machine. Oh, we're going to have separate washers. I'm going to have to hold my breath when I do her washing and hang her clothes up and stuff. And I just hope, because like my partner Tom, he respects the button phobia. Like he barely wears buttons, only on special occasions, and he'll let me know and whatnot. But he also will probably make a joke out of it in front of Paisley, and I just hope Paisley isn't the kind of daughter that winds me up about it. Like, I would love for her to respect it, because Tom respects it. But obviously, like when I was at school, secondary school, boys used to chase me with their button like this from their collar. And like, I just hope Paisley's not like that. But even if Paisley respects it, and you know, she purposely doesn't choose button clothes and whatnot, or lets my granddad's partner, you know, change them, and I'm gonna have to learn how to do that one day if she doesn't mind them being changed. You know, I can't stop her friends from wearing them. But yeah, so that's the first answer to the first question. Let me get the coat. Really cute. Well, it's not a coat, it's like a cardi, but these was all buttons, and she's just replaced them with bears. She does have like press studs as well that she, like behind some dresses, and she does have some press studs. I've actually got the short hasn't been made yet. I don't know whether, so yeah, keep an eye out for the short. Subscribe. There is a short about this that I will upload, and like if you follow me on TikTok, it'll probably go up a bit sooner on TikTok, but it's still not up yet on TikTok. Well, so yeah, I'll be uploading that on TikTok, which is press studs, I believe. But yeah, there's press studs, and there's these sort of, you know, bears, these elephant ones of these that she's got. You know, so I need to take not embroidery, but sewing up as a hobby, because these you wouldn't even be able to tell. It's not like amateur. Whereas obviously me doing it would be amateur. And I don't really mind like this going through the hole. It's more the buttons that I don't like. Oh, it's a bit stiff because she's not wore it yet. Let me see. Oh, but yeah, she basically, it's not amateur at all. So yeah, I'm hoping Paisley will still let me do that, at least for the majority of things. I understand not for school uniform. That's all I'm going to do to my face. I was going to do a whole face of makeup, but you know what? What for? Who for? I'm okay. I could probably put some concealer on these spots, but you know what? No, we're keeping it real. So I'm going to now pause, take a sip, and look at my next question because I don't remember it. So the angle might have changed, and I've just noticed that mess, but I'm a new mum. That's how we roll. I could be tidying up now, but I'm doing a video for you guys and for myself. But the next question is, did I have to stay in for a week after having a C-section? So I had an emergency C-section, and it didn't really need to happen, but hey ho. I won't go into that story and that rant, but yes, I basically only stayed in for 24 hours. Literally, well, it was meant to be 24 hours, but then I needed to wait to be discharged, and we had to watch 3 videos to be discharged. So it was a bit longer than 24 hours, but yeah, it was literally the next day I went home. So the only thing with going home, oh, it's coming back to me. So I don't know whether it's just a C-section thing, I think it is, but I had to have daily blood thinner injections. And I remember like just waiting around for being discharged, thinking that's it now, it's just the healing process and, you know, motherhood and learning how to manage everything. And when I was being discharged, she said about daily blood thinners, and even myself or Tom is going to have to inject me every day. I felt faint. So, oh, I just remember the panic because Tom then was like, oh, it's like an EpiPen. So I'm thinking, that's in your stomach, and I've just had a scar. I've just had a C-section. I don't want anything else happening to my stomach. I've just been carrying a baby for 9 months. So I'm panicking anyway. And then she's like, what did she say? She's lovely, but she was like, okay, so I said Tom to do it every day because he would be home every day, and it had to be at the same time as well. So he would be home every day for those, I think it was 10 days or maybe 2 weeks. I think it was 10 days. So she wanted Tom to do it there and then. So I was a bit like, and it wasn't in the stomach. We realised it was, I had to have my arm like that, and it had to be in my bingo wing. So it wasn't the worst thing, and I got used to it. But at that moment in time, I was like, I don't trust her to do it, like, because Tom's such a joker, and yeah, he's just such a joker. And although I know he takes something like that seriously, I've just got in my mind that he's a joker. He was joking whilst they was getting me prepped for my C-section. But and I had to shout at him for that. But yeah, in the end, she ended up doing it because I was like, oh, can you do it and show him, and can he video it so he can, you know, make sure he does it right. So she was like, yes, okay. So she made him do the disposal part himself because that's important. So yeah, and then he did have a video, and then every single day Tom did it. The first time he did it, it was very slow, and I was like, that he doesn't want to hurt me, because I worried. That's what I was worried about. I was worried that he was going to go like that, and it's like, no. But he did the opposite. But once he'd done it once, he got the confidence, and he was fine. There was one time my mum had to do it because Tom went to the pub, and I was just like, absolutely not. Yeah, he's done it a good handful of times now. Absolutely not do I want him to do it under the influence of alcohol. So my mum did it, which she's a carer anyway, or she was a carer, so I trusted her to do it anyway. But yeah, so no, I didn't have to stay in for a week, which I thought I would if I had a C-section, which was one reason, not the main reason, but one reason that I didn't want a C-section. I wanted to go home straight away. I had Kobe at home. Oh, it was an emotional mess. But no, I just had to go home and have the blood thinners, and that was pretty much it, and just work on healing. But even with the blood thinners, because if you are afraid of needles, I may as well just say this, but it might be different for everyone. But I asked even if I could go to the doctors every day. She was like, no. So, but luckily, Tom was okay doing it. But do I miss him doing it every day? Absolutely not. But it was fine. So if you're having a C-section, don't worry too much. But I found out on the discharge, which just freaked me out a little bit after everything that I'd already been through. Quite a common question was, what's the best thing about being a mum? Which I love this question, and I feel like my answer does change sometimes, but now I am 4 months in. She's also just started weaning at 4 months. Honestly, probably biased mum, but she's so advanced. She is so advanced. She's determined to crawl. Yeah. But anyway, we'll probably like do another life update a little bit later on in the next few months, maybe. So I'll be able to update you on more then. Maybe at 6 months, we'll do like a proper update on just Paisley and motherhood. The best thing about being a mum is this. So the main thing is that I'm her safe space. I am who settles her the best. Tom's very good at getting her in a deep sleep, don't get me wrong, he's better at that than me. But I'm just very good at, like, it's the mum in me, and I think it's the therapist in me as well. I'm very good at making her feel safe, grounded, and regulated and calm, like calming her nervous system. And I'm very in tune with what she wants and needs. There's like 9 times out of 10, I know exactly what she needs, even if it's just to stand up. And yeah, like I'm her at the minute go-to person, and I am like, when I leave a room, she will watch me. She will, and people will tell me that I don't necessarily notice it until people tell me. But I'm really holding on to that because I know that's not going to be the case forever. I think when they're toddlers, they're more daddy, because daddy can play a little bit more rough with them. I mean, I hope that she finds me fun and playful as well. But I think, like Kobe, she'll be very much a daddy's girl at toddler age. So I'm really like trying to take it while I can now. But also with that, I want to say, just seeing her see things and experience things for the first time. So like seeing life for the first time again through her eyes, because I can really just like embody her and see the excitement over just grass and touching it, or over eating a biscuit for the first time, like grounded into some milk. That's where she's at the minute. So yeah, that's the best thing about being a mom. But just, I love that I'm her person at the minute. Like, obviously she loves her daddy, and if I'm not around, I think obviously she don't really care about me too much. I guess, I don't know. That she knows I'm not there, but she knows she's safe with daddy. But I think just with me, I'm always here. Whenever she cries, I go straight away to her. I'll pick her up if she's like trying to sit up. Like, sometimes Tom will just like rock her to sleep, and that's what works for him. We're both different, have different parenting styles, but for me, like, I'm always making sure she feels heard and I respond quickly. And yeah, I'm just really like putting my therapy knowledge to her, and I hope it pays off. Obviously, every kid's different, every family is different. But yeah, fingers crossed it all pays off. I just want her to be my best friend, and I want her to always tell me everything, even if she holds shame. I want her to know that there's never any judgment with me, and I will always be there for her. I will always back her if she tells me, because I'm going to bring her up to be an honest girl that always tells the truth and respects. If she tells me she's not done something and the parents telling me she has, I'm going to trust her over them. But yeah, I do want her to just know that I'm always there, and there's nothing she can't tell me. I will never shout at her, I'll never judge her. We'll have boundaries, of course, but yeah, got deep there, didn't it? I also got asked by people that are pregnant, which is worse, being heavily pregnant and sleeping, or having a newborn and sleeping? And for me, I think this is going to be different for everybody. But personally, for me, I struggled more towards the end of being pregnant, because I love to sleep on my belly and my back and my sides. But even when I sleep on my sides, I'm still technically a bit on my belly. So when I was heavily pregnant and quite big, I couldn't do that. So yeah, and with my newborn, so when Paisley was newborn, she pretty much sat through, well, the first couple of weeks, she probably got up every 3 hours, but it was fine because it was a routine, and all she wanted was a bottle, and she'd go back to sleep straight away. She was quite a tired baby. Whereas like recently, she's, well, between like the first 2-3 weeks and maybe just before turning 4 months, she'd sleep through the night from like 7:30 until about 5ish, 6ish. Maybe get up once before we went to bed to have a bottle and a nappy change. But other than that, she'd sleep through. Recently, I don't know whether it's sleep regression, teething, because she is teething, but there's no teeth coming through yet. Just like some sort of developmental phase, I don't know. Or maybe she's ready to come out of the Moses basket, I don't know. We need to figure that out. But she doesn't like to be put down, so she'll sleep on my chest, but she doesn't always like to be put down. She ends up, getting to the point where she's tired and she will go down, or that's when Tom comes in with his strategy, so it works very well as a team sometimes if he's not asleep. But it's not as good as it was now, but it's still even better than it was for my third trimester. So every mum is different, every pregnancy is different, so I might change my mind if I had another baby. But for me, with this pregnancy, the third trimester, towards the end, I was constantly getting up, needing a wee. I couldn't get comfy. I was constantly hungry as well. I was constantly having like snacks upstairs. Tom would be up late. Sometimes didn't even sleep really. I don't know why. And he would be bringing me like crisps up and ice cream up and just stuff to like, yeah, feed her because she was up and hungry. So yeah, my answer there would be it was worse in my end of my third trimester, like the last 2-3 weeks of being pregnant, which is when we just moved into this house as well. So yeah, and I did get this a lot by past clients and just people who come to me sometimes for weight loss advice on my business page. And I guess like it's because of that and what they want to know, but also I guess because I was also on a bit of a weight loss journey myself, even though I've not been strict with it. I'm still not back at my, I'll show you now actually. I've not really been able to like work out as much as I want to. I've really just focused on the healing side. So this is how my stomach looks now. Probably how it did in the second trimester. I'm still wearing maternity leggings, but yeah, I'm not like at where I was before pregnancy, which is absolutely fine. There's no rush. I'm more focusing on the healing. Like I say, I could neglect the healing and push myself, but I just don't think that's fair to my body and what it's been through. So yes, the next question is, what do I think as a someone that's wanting to lose weight, I guess, and turn back up and get back to my, or as close to my pre-pregnancy body, because it never goes back, whether that's just internally or whether that's externally as well. But also as a online coach. So I haven't done loads of research around it, I'm not going to lie. However, I do feel like there already isn't enough evidence on long-term effects of these weight loss injections. So that's one thing that I've said to past clients and anyone else that's asked. I just don't think you know what the long-term effects are going to be because they're quite new still. We are like the guinea pigs in my eyes. And unless you're being recommended by a professional, so like a doctor, GP and stuff, even then, I think still ask for all of the facts, walk away, process it, think about it, do your research, because even if a doctor's recommending it to you, like there's other ways that you can go about it. It might just be quicker for them or you. And it just depends where your health levels at, I guess. But if it was me and I was being recommended these injections for weight loss, I still would do all of my research and figure out if there's another way. And usually there is. Like you could just get a personal trainer that's expertise is in like fat loss and losing weight in the healthiest way. But even if you need to do it over like a definite 6 months because of your health, just do your research into the personal trainers then and whatnot. Like don't just go with the cheapest one because chances are they might not, like it's your health at the end of the day. But yeah, I wouldn't still just accept it just because the doctors told you that they would recommend that. So that's just a point there. So even like if your GP offers it to you, still do your research, still have your wits about you and what it could do to your body. We only have one body, guys. What else? I just think as a personal trainer, as an online coach, someone that knows a hell of a lot about fitness and health, is that if you have these weight loss injections, say you have a dose of 6 months, I don't know how it works, but there's going to be a point anyway where you need to come off of that. You can't have it forever. When you come off of it, so you might lose weight when it's like a diet. You might lose weight when you're doing it, but it's not maintainable, it's not manageable. You're not developing the habits that you need for your body to stay at maintenance or lose the weight. So you've not got the knowledge. It's not knowing what your body needs. So you're going to go back to old habits because that's all you know, and that's been working while you've had the weight loss injections. So then come 6 to 12 months again, you're going to be back in the same place and you're not going to be healthy. Or, something even worse could happen and you're going to see that you're putting weight back on and you can't get any injections because you've had the amount that you needed and that's been given to you. And then, you might develop even less healthy habits to try and keep the weight off and then become ill. I don't know. I just think of all the different ways that it could go. And for me, I just think you need to, if you can, you need to invest in your health, whether that's a nutrition coach, a personal trainer, online coach kind of thing, whether it's all of them, whether it's just one. If you know you can go to the gym every day or go swimming every day or find something that works for you that gets your heart rate up, makes you, feel good, release those endorphins, but you lack on the nutrition side, then just get a nutrition coach. But if you need both, then do both. If you can eat healthy but you just can't train, you need the accountability, get an online coach or a personal trainer in person, go to classes and book yourself on and make sure you do them, hold yourself accountable, have a friend, build these habits that are not only going to help you lose the weight, but they're going to help you feel good about yourself, going to help you be happier. They're going to give you a purpose to the day. If you only work and, you're either a pro or you just hate work, it's going to give you another purpose of the day. It's going to help you be able to move. So if you've got kids or grandkids, it's going to help you be more mobile for longer so you can play with them. It's not just about losing weight, but I get that if you're considering weight loss injections, it is at the minute, but just do your research and don't just give in because someone else has offered it to you, and that's someone else being a GP, of course. That's what I think about them. I've not done any research myself, but that's just what I think in general. And I don't know anyone that's done them. I've heard of someone that's done them and they have lost a lot of weight, but I just think even then, what someone's told me of it is that, well, I'm sounding like a robot. What someone's told me that's seen this person that's been on these injections, because I haven't, they've lost probably an unhealthy amount of weight because, yeah, they've switched their brain to doing the most now. And again, that might make them burn out. But anyway, enough about that. Do your research, but don't just give in to that as the only option if it's recommended to you. That's what I would say. And then I do remember the last question because I wrote these questions quite a long time ago. I obviously had loads of questions more at the beginning of me having Paisley and whatnot. And a lot of people were just like, what are your summer plans? And summer is nearly over, so I'm going to change that to what are your Christmas plans. But in the summer anyway, we've not done loads. We've done, loads of walks, things outdoors if we can, see loads of friends, catch up with loads of friends and family, people meeting her. That's kind of like the main part of what the summer's been about, people meeting her, getting to know her, seeing her develop. Now, Christmas time, everyone that she should know, apart from the odd few that live a bit further away, know her. So that's done. Obviously, they can still see her develop, of course. She's only 4 months. But for Christmas time, well, from now till Christmas, so we've got like Halloween, like the pumpkins. Like, I want to take her to places like that. Obviously, I don't want her to go to a Halloween place and get scared. But like the fun, really kiddie side of that. Obviously, she can't colour or anything like that. But just take her somewhere for the atmosphere. But yeah, like even the pumpkin patch and whatnot, like things that are autumnal, I think. And then, and that's coming towards the end of my maternity. Well, Christmas is halfway through Christmas is when my maternity finishes. So like mid-December, but I could technically work from the beginning of December because I wouldn't get paid till the end of December. I don't think, maybe even January. So that's probably what I'm going to do. 2 days a week, go back to work. But Christmas time, Tom plays Santa anyway, and we have said that when she's a little bit older, maybe we won't take her to Tom as Santa because we don't want to ruin it for her if she knows it's Tom. But for now, I mean, she still might know it's Tom, but she wouldn't remember anyway. But yeah, we want to take her to see Tom as Santa, and if I'm working as an elf on that day, she'll see me as an elf. But it doesn't matter too much anyway, we don't think, while she's at this age. But again, when she's 1, maybe we need to nip that in the bud straight away. But also as a family, when we're not working, we want to take her to a lot of like Christmas grottos and stuff, and with other family members and friends as well. um Anywhere with lights, so maybe like Centre Parks for the day, if they do still allow Centre Parks for the day, like in December, not over Christmas. Because she just loves anything with lights, anything that's magical. And again, going back to seeing things for the first time through her eyes, I can't wait for Christmas time to see things for the first time through her eyes. If you have any recommendations for autumnal sort of things to do, or this time of the year, like the end time of the year, and especially Christmas, then definitely put them in the comments below, because I would love to know. And I will also take you along this journey with me. I don't know what it's going to be like when I go back to work. Like I say, with the uploads, I will still upload at least once a month, but at the minute, once a week, whilst I can, whilst I'm on maternity. And TikTok, I'm going to try and do as often as I can, but I have slacked a little bit recently. That's because I needed to heal my nervous system and calm my nervous system, whilst also being present with Paisley. So yeah. But if you like this video, then please do let me know if you'd like another kind towards the end of the year, maybe. I will definitely do a button phobia update, but let me know if you do really want that, because I'll do it sooner if you do. A Paisley and motherhood update probably in the next month or so. But let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like. I'm just really doing vlogs whenever. I might do a haul soon, because I've got a wedding that I'm going to next month. So yeah, there are some videos coming. Make sure you follow my TikTok for more regular content. Also my Instagram and my business Instagram, if you're either interested in all of the fitness side of things or just want to support. But yes, I will see you next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Like and subscribe. And I will see you next week.